Welcome to the world of Bangalore Watch Company. This is yet another unboxing and feature walkthrough. And this time, we're looking at the newest watch, the Peninsula Carbon. Like all BWC watches, the Peninsula Carbon also comes in our familiar lacquer finished wooden box. Paperwork is always neatly tucked to one side of the watch. Now, let's get this lacquered box out of the way and we'll dive right in to show you the watch. The Peninsula Carbon has a very cool backstory. For most of human history, we were just nomads. We discovered farming 8,000 years ago and it changed human civilization forever. We settled and we started building villages and cities. Today we have 37 megacities on our planet. 6 of them are in India. These cities are the engines of our progress and the icons of human ambition, but they also come with a huge consequence. And the consequence is carbon. Our cities just occupy 2% of our planet's land, but they generate 70% of all the carbon. The Peninsula Carbon draws particulate matter recovered from our urban waste streams and turns it into a permanent artifact on your wrist. This is not a sustainability claim, but it is a cultural statement about modern human cities, the energy, and the carbon consequences of human progress. If you watch the unboxing video of the Peninsula collection from before, the Agumbe, the Laccadive, or the Zanskar, you'll find many similarities in the Peninsula Carbon. So let's get across the features first that you will find similar. Let's look at the case dimensions first. Peninsula Carbon has a case diameter of 44 millimeters. It's got a lug-to-lug dimension of just about 31 millimeters. This is a case made of 316L surgical grade stainless steel, and it carries an evenly satin brushed finishing across the board. It's watertight for 200 meters, so you can comfortably take a swim with it. The case is mated with a domed sapphire crystal, which has got an exaggerated curvature, which fits the case shape really nicely. And it's also mated with a screwed down crown that you can comfortably screw down and confidently get into the water for up to 200 meters. Let's look at the technical specifications now. The Peninsula Carbon is powered by a Swiss Selita automatic movement SW200-1. The movement is standard grade, it is self-winding and offers 41 hours of power reserve just as every other Peninsula watch in the lineup. We're covering the Peninsula Carbon with a 2-year manufacturer's warranty, just as all of our other BWC watches. The Carbon has dials made of our proprietary material called ReforgeCarbon, a forged carbon composite. It is not a print or a texture applied on the dial, but the pattern is a dial itself. It's formed by a high-pressure compression process that includes carbon composite, RCB, recovered carbon black, with a high-pressure resin on forged carbon strands. RCB is sourced from end-of-life industrial waste that would otherwise end up in our atmosphere, and it is integrated into the composite using our proprietary process. From what we know, this is the first in the world to use recovered carbon from our atmosphere and turn it into a watch dial. The patterns are very interesting. They're very quiet in the shade, but sometimes they come alive in direct light. It's also interesting to see that no two dials will look the same. Each pattern is a natural outcome of the compression process merged with the recovered carbon black. The Peninsula Carbon does away with traditional applied indices entirely. The dial carries printed hour markers applied with multiple layers of Swiss BGW9 Superluminova. There are blocks on each indices and a beautifully integrated AQI meter, a detail that ties the dial design directly back to the story's inspiration, the carbon in our urban air. Well, first, the 12-hour position of the dial carries the signature dive watch style inverted triangle. At the 9 o'clock position, we have retained the signature tree-shaped marker that denotes the Western Ghats and the forests of India. At the 3 o'clock position of the dial, the wave pattern marker denoting the oceans of India has been retained as well. Against the dark carbon dial, both these markers take on a whole new presence. At the 6 o'clock position of the dial, you'll find a neatly placed rectangular date window with a matching marker at the bottom to maintain symmetry on the dial. A print slightly above the 6 o'clock position denotes the collection name Peninsula Carbon. The beauty of the dial comes alive when the lights go out. All the hour markers are filled with a generous dose of BGW9 Swiss Superluminova. The bright blue lume against the dark carbon dial is striking and is fitting for a watch of this nature. The most interesting part of the dial is not just the material alone, but also the AQI meter. The entire minute marker is being replaced with a mock AQI meter. It's the first watch ever to carry a mock AQI meter on the dial. Air Quality Index, or AQI, is a global standard for measuring the air we breathe. But that AQI meter now lives permanently on your wrist. The meter runs from good in green at 50 AQI to moderate in yellow, unhealthy in orange, and very unhealthy and hazardous in red. It's not just a design feature, it is the most honest detail on this watch, because the material on the dial and the meter that measures it are telling the same story about recovered carbon. The Peninsula Carbon houses broad, sword-styled hands that are diamond cut and rhodium plated. The seconds hand has a lollipop counterbalance. All the hands are also filled with BGW9 Swiss Superluminova, making time telling very easy in low light conditions. The rhodium hands contrast beautifully against the black, dark carbon dial. We've always used our watch casebacks as a canvas to extend the storytelling of our watches. The Peninsula Carbon is no different. On the back, you'll find a beautifully etched image of a nature-inspired iconography, just as the other Peninsula watches that express the love for the great Indian outdoors. We've developed a fresh new strap with the launch of the Peninsula collection earlier, and the Carbon carries the same. An outdoor watch requires a strap that you can do it all with. So the Peninsula Carbon comes with our fluoroelastomer high-density FKM rubber strap. The strap is super resistant to heat, sweat, odor, and perhaps best suited for most outdoor wear. It is fitted with a simple but impeccably finished tank buckle. It also carries quick-release pins for you to switch it easily with any other strap of your choice. Look, if you're not up for the sober black, you can always try it on with our Weekender set that offers 4 colored FKM straps for your outdoor activities and your weekends. We bring the Peninsula Carbon to you after almost 2 years in development. We put our heart and soul into bringing this watch to life. It is an incredibly attractive watch. It's built around a material that does not exist anywhere else in the world and offers a great backstory like no other. We hope you enjoy wearing it as much as we enjoyed putting it together.